equipment is antennas and so forth. I'm not going to go into that. But they last night at some stage, between their playing and sleeping, they ripped a whole bunch of cables out, which influenced our internet. We've been having a lot of internet problems, and also broke the cable that basically enables us to do this, what we're doing at the moment. And the next 3 hours we will drive around live and share everything with you. It wasn't possible, but once again, that's been fixed as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to afternoon of game drives. It's still something unique. In many ways quite beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's sort of like elephant art. Look at all the different colors on that and the different shapes. Those marks there would have been from tusks, the same as that, and the same as that very long one as well. So the elephant literally would have done that as he was breaking the bark off. He would have used his tusk to do that.
You know, those little holes, are they like pierce marks?
No, those are from the tree trunk itself. So that's actually almost how that's those little pock marks James is talking about. But that's from the tree structure itself. Let's have a quick look at that ring bark.
Looks like it's all the way around. It'll be sad if it...
Very thick bark as well. Look at this piece. Since the elephant stripped it off. Now, unfortunately, James mentioned there, this tree probably going to, well, not probably, this tree will die now. The elephant is actually ring barked it. He's taken the bark off all the way around the circumference of the tree. And it's interesting. It's not something that typically do. It happens sometimes, but it's not something I do very often. And what's quite sad about it, we've got these two marula trees that they almost, I've mentioned them quite a few times before when we've had sightings on here. It's like a big, in a smaller way of that portal that they rove through in Lord of the Rings. We've got the mountains either side. Just these two beautiful big marula trees. But this one will now slowly over the next few years, well actually over the next few months will die. And over the next few years will lose all its bark and just become this great tree skeleton.
It's very sad. It's such a beautiful tree, this one, right?
Yeah, it's a shame, but go. But yeah, this was probably, like James saying, it's a very spectacular tree. It's probably the biggest marula on this area.
Take a drive around it.
Let's give it a, what shall we call it? A goodbye drive. Wait, let me just line it up right. We'll give you a yeah, it happens sometimes, but what's interesting as well, I've mentioned it again quite a few times before, when we look at dead trees, it's quite a relative term, a dead tree. Once the tree itself dies, I actually saw some already in there, one of the dead branches, but you'll find that so many animals start utilizing it as a home. And the core wood is relatively soft compared to your acacias, so it's quite easy for things like barbets and woodpeckers and all kinds of animals to make little holes and cavities in there. So you'll find come winter time, you'll find all kinds of things living in there, and summer all kinds of birds nesting in it. So it's almost like just a different part of the tree story. As we explained the other day, these guys when they bath, some have birds like starlings or doves or waxbills and so on, they'll just go and sit at the edge of the water and have a little bath there. But then some of your other birds, your perchers, birds that sort of sit up in the trees most of the time anyway, things like kingfishers or jongos and so on. They like to still perch up on the side, safely on a branch, and then just fly down and literally dip into the water and take off again. So we're going to try and see if beautiful specimen, and this is quite possibly the nice one, James.
There you go.
Yeah, he's hiding away from you. He thought if you can get him swimming, he's not going to show you.
See the other one, guys.
Yeah. It's just waiting at the moment. Cuckoos. Wouldn't be surprised unless we get some rain soon. Some of them might even leave back for their northern homes again a little bit sooner than usual. Just because almost all your migratory birds are insect eaters. You get some of the birds that are obviously waders, they eat little things in the water, but again, a lot of the water holes are drying up as well. So that's abundant slowness of the rain. Quite soon we might not see the kingfishers for a while, or the woodland kingfishers. This is the kind of surprises we want. How's that? Ew, it's so lucky for us as well. It's probably walking down the road. Literally just see the ear through the grass there. I just want to first see what cat it is. Didn't look that big, so I would guess maybe Karula, but it might also be that young male. As soon as it comes out a bit, we'll see more. Let's go a bit forward. Leopard seems pretty unperturbed by us, so maybe Karula. It gives me such a kick to find things like this. Yeah, there's Franklin's there that she's looking at. Yeah, magic. Really is magic. That tail tip just twitching, that little bit of a curious interest, like a boar as well on leopards. That's what helps them with balance, and also when they're running and twisting and sort of, as we call it in Shangaan, jigga jigga, as they twist and turn through the bush when they're moving very fast. That tail helps for balance as well, and the same for when they climb. Big yawn. Hello, beautiful. Little scent on the branch there that she's sniffing. Magic. That's what we're talking about. Aren't they just so beautiful? Oof. I'm just going to give it 2 seconds so she's right behind us. I don't want to scare her with the engine. I'm just going to turn so we can see her better. Isn't that just...
That's cool, right?
It was so, I mean, I saw this and I was almost like, oh, there's a leopard, and I was how cool is that, huh? All stations, one Mafazi Ingwe, looks like Karula, here on that road coming from Shabam Road, Little Gari side. Looks like she's heading down Ndlela. Look at that. Here you go. Yeah, I'm here on that Little Ndlela between Shabam Road Junction and Little Gari side, heading towards Trias Dam.
Looks like she's in hunting mode, yeah?
Oh yeah, no. Keep in mind this leopard has got 2 sort of juvenile youngsters to feed. They're just over a year old now. So she's hunting almost for 3. They're not quite as big as her. They're still youngsters, but they're big enough now to eat a substantial amount. A little bit closer. She's going to move anyway. Let's just have a look as she gets back on the road. They are so beautiful.